Good evening, everyone, and we're starting off with a little bit of hurricane action. This is Hurricane Lane 4. It's a Cat 4 with 155-mile-per-hour winds. Now, I don't have the annotation on here with the little boxes, so step by step. But as it passes the Big Island, and half of the Big Island is under the cone of uncertainty, so that's a little scary when you're having a Cat 3. But this is the mean of the cone, the middle of the cone. We try not to focus on that middle, but it's hard not to. It's a big red line, right? But at the end of this, it looks like it will hopefully turn. But when you have not only the Big Island, but Oahu and Maui in the cone of uncertainty, that can be kind of scary. You know, when you think of Pacific storms, you're like, wow, Hawaii must get hammered all the time. It's very rare that a hurricane does actually impact it directly like this, but it will probably, most of them move to the south of the island chain. But this is pretty intense. They're preparing for 25-foot storm waves. Yeah. And I know they like surfing over there, but I don't think they like it in this circumstance. So Honolulu, this line has gotten a little bit closer to the capital, so we're going to keep an eye on that. In the meantime, I just wanted to give you a quick run through of Hurricane Lane. We are watching the rest of our showers and storms dissipate, though we still are getting some heavy downpours, heavy to moderate downpours along Highway 80 in the islands. Let me zoom in here. The lightning is now out of our area, though you're probably hearing it if you live in Beaufort, Ladies Island, and along Kings Highway 17 up towards Sheldon. The precipitation rate still on the islands at this time, Wilmington, right along Johnny Mercer, you could still pick up potentially a quarter of an inch of rain because this is slow. It really slowed down once it made its way out of Rincon and Hardeeville. It's really slowed down. So you could pick up another quarter of an inch of rain, and I think you guys need it, okay? I have heard lately that you guys have been desperately wanting some rain on the island, so hopefully this is good for you. Let me go ahead and, oh, Bradley's got me in a double box. You know, I can be full Bradley, that's fine. But that's cool. So I do have a couple of comments, probably just people saying, hey, Kenja Ironball, Taurus Harmon. It's a mouthful, but how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, well, thank you, Betty Gray. It's so nice to be seen. Debbie Lorenz, Meadow Queen Maggie. Did I say that right? I like the Meadow Queen. Tamika, how are you doing? Good evening from Wilmington. Hopefully you're liking that rain, Luis. Waving from NOLA. How are you? Oh, Linda, how are you doing? What are you doing in NOLA? Good evening from Thunderbolt. Some rain there as well, Sean. And hello from Sylvania, which is dry. Yay. Getting a little break in Scriven County. And you guys really need it. I feel like it always rains in Scriven County. Or Ludowici. Or Brunswick. So take a look at some of the rainfall totals here. Passing through Hinesville, it really picked up steam as it made its way through Liberty County. So we're talking about 3/4 of an inch. A little snail trail right here, 1/2 an inch right on the county line. So Meldrum, Eden, Bloomingdale, portions of Pooler. And then this hasn't caught up yet. This is 9:08, so it'll probably catch up in the next hour. And this may turn into maybe 1/2 an inch along the islands. Who knows? And we were watching some heavier storms in the Patterson area earlier, and those dumped a lot of water in a little amount of time, closer to an inch, maybe even an inch and a half for some people. There was a beautiful shelf cloud along the river earlier tonight, and because of the shower/storm, it is 78. But look at our temperatures that actually rose in Alma. It was 72 earlier, and now it's 77. So it's probably a little steamy down there, and still 84 in a non-really rain-cooled Hilton Head. So let's go hour by hour and watch those showers push off quickly. We start off Wednesday with possibly a little fog down here from Jessup to Baxley to Alma to Waycross, even the borough. And look at this on 1 o'clock. We're talking about mostly clear skies, some passing clouds. Maybe some dark clouds do start to develop, but nothing really starts to pop. I've only got a 20% chance of showers in for Wednesday. And by Wednesday evening, we will be much drier than what we're dealing with right now along the islands. Rincon 92, Statesboro 90, Brunswick 90, Bluffton 91, and Jessup 94, and a 20% chance of a shower or storm, including Thursday. Hello, 80s. And I'm going to take some questions at this time. Do you think the hurricane will come to Savannah? No, not at all. That is well into, can I go back to the beginning here? How about a hot button? No. How can I? Anyway, I have to go back like this. The hurricane, the storm took a tree down on 16 and Old River Road. Okay. So we did have some wind gusts of about 45 miles an hour. The root system could have been compromised. How big was the tree, Beth? Hello, Brad. Hello, Sandra. How about South Carolina, Hampton County? So let's go back to the radar. And it really kind of it really didn't do anything for Hampton County. You may get getting a nice breeze from an outflow boundary and the sea breeze from that storm, but we're looking good. And tomorrow's high in Hampton itself will be 93 degrees. I know I didn't have that. I only have 5 cities room on that graphic for 5 cities, but I usually do a pull out south of the Altamaha, the middle, and then the low country. 93 degrees. Short answer. Sharon Ling. Hi from All Joy. How are you? Hey from St. Helena. Getting some rain, Maggie May. What's Rincon looking like tomorrow? Mostly dry, mix of sun and clouds, and maybe a shower. If it's a 20% chance, so it's coming in from the west. Let me show you that hour by hour once again. These are our rainfall totals. Hang on for a second. Temperatures. Sorry, I have to go through all this. So let me pause it right here. I know I have Rincon highlighted here. These showers are going to be very spotty in nature. So if you get a quick downpour of Rincon, I wouldn't rule it out, but only 20% of our coverage area will see any rainfall. Where it happens, it could be anywhere from Jessup to Statesboro to Rincon. Good afternoon. Good evening. Enjoy your night. Bye, Betty. Hi, Charlene. It was pretty thin but tall tree. People had to get in the median to get around it. Okay. Okay. Did deputies had to go? Is that Effingham? That's right on the, that's like a weird Chatham, Effingham. Okay. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Thanks for the report, Beth. I will report it to the National Weather Service and they can keep that in their logs. If anybody doesn't have any questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up early tonight. It was a strong gusty storm for sure. And like I said in one of my earlier Facebook Lives on my personal page, maybe I just kind of blew through it in my big forecast when I'm on at 4 and 5:30 because we've had such a wet summer that if I see something that's going to move through quick, I feel like it's not going to impact you as long. And so, you know, I'm saying, all right, quick storm moving through, some gusty winds, yada, yada, yada. But we've had some nail biters out there. So, you know, if I was misleading or a little nonchalant about it, I apologize. But, you know, when you've had so much soaking rain, if you've had flood advisories, I see them moving fast and I think it's a good thing for you guys. But you let me know otherwise, and that's fine too, and I appreciate it. I'm learning every day still, and I appreciate our talks here. And if you have any other questions, I've gotten some rainbow pics as well. If you have any rainbow pics, if you have any more storm reports, thank you, Beth. I will definitely, oh, Alto Stratus in Guyton, fancy, Preston. Send me some pics. I will see you guys at 11. Good night.